I wish.
Who's saying that?
Yeah, where did that question come from? You are the first person that candidate gets to hear from about that company. So if you're doing a really bad job of it, then people aren't going to want to work for it. So I think there's responsibility on both parts, but if you're making that initial introduction, it's quite a lot of pressure to make sure you get it right.
There's a large element that is also on the client as well, because they are conducting the face-to-faces and getting them kind of actively sold into that opportunity.
We've got to understand the brand, the business, the values, the ethics. We need to know all of that so that we can portray that brand to the best of our ability to candidates that could be a good fit for that business. So it is about us setting the tone, but it's also about us educating both sides as to then what that needs to look like.
Our job, what we are paid to do, is to filter the incoming and only send them the right and relevant talent, and that's what we do. We're not volume driven, we're not going to spam our clients with every CV that comes through the door.
From our experience, candidates can be right for the role, but they can also be wrong for the business, they can be wrong for the culture.
Actually, sometimes we're missing something, and it's not all the time. It could be, the fact that there's a part of your skill set that isn't really highlighted through your CV or experience.
That's happened to me. So I rejected someone from a role, gave them feedback. They pushed back to me. We had a conversation. I was wrong, and I was happy to admit that because they were actually quite good for the role. Their CV just needed to highlight a few more details.
Isn't about whacking an advert out on a job board and sending CVs over to a client. There is a ton more work that goes into it than it might seem on the surface.
Like meeting the brief, discussing the client requirements, finding the right people, screening people, headhunting, going through the whole sort of process takes a ton of work.
And if you see the value in the process and use a recruiter in the right way, then you will get what you pay for, and it's saving you time and money investing in it. So I think it's a worthwhile investment to pay a recruitment agency that do things the right way.